Here's something strange. A folder of plain text files just crossed 200,000 stars on GitHub, making it one of the most starred projects on the entire site. There's no app to download, and no model bundled inside. A few helper scripts aside, it's almost all just instructions, written in plain Markdown. It's called Superpowers, and to understand why everyone is installing it, you have to understand the one idea underneath it, a thing called a skill. Superpowers was built by Jesse Vincent, a long-time open-source developer, and it does something counterintuitive. It does not try to make the coding assistant any smarter. Instead, it hands the assistant a kit of skills, and the assistant loads them, on its own, exactly when a task needs them. So what is a skill, really? A skill is almost embarrassingly simple. It's a folder with one main file written in plain Markdown. At the top, 2 lines, a name and a 1-line description of when to use it. Below that, the actual instructions how to do the thing, step by step. That's the whole thing. Not code, not a model. A capability, written down as text, that the assistant can pick up and follow when the moment calls for it. Now here's the clever part. The reason this scales. The assistant does not read every skill all the time. That would bury it in instructions before it even starts. Instead, it only sees the names and those 1-line descriptions, a tiny table of contents that's cheap to keep in mind. The instant your request matches one, it opens that skill and pulls in the full instructions. Just then, just for that task. The pattern even has a name, progressive disclosure, loaded on demand, never all at once. Compare that to how most people steer a coding assistant today. One enormous prompt, stuffed with every rule and example you can think of, pasted in every single time. A giant prompt is one brittle wall of text that you maintain by hand. Skills are small, separate, and self-triggering. The assistant reaches for the right one instead of you carrying all of them at once. Here's a real one, straight from the project. Notice what is not here. No programming, no magic. A name, a description of when it applies, and a list of steps, written like you'd write them for a new teammate. And because it's just text, you can read it, edit it, drop it in a folder, and share it. A skill is a unit of know-how you can hand to anyone, or any agent. So what does Superpowers actually put in that folder? Roughly 14 skills. And notice the theme. Brainstorm the design first. Write a plan. Build it test first. Hand chunks of work to subagents. Then review the result twice. None of that is about raw intelligence. It's the disciplined workflow that good engineers already follow, packaged so the assistant follows it too. And that is the whole philosophy in a single line. It doesn't make the agent smarter. It enforces the discipline that human developers spent decades learning the hard way. A frontier model already knows how to write code. What it lacks is the habit, stopping to plan, to test, to check its own work. Skills give it that habit. And getting it is almost anticlimactic. One command inside Claude code from Anthropic's official plugin marketplace, and the skills are simply there, triggering themselves as you work. The timing was not an accident. The first version shipped the same day Anthropic opened up plugins in late 2025. And the same idea now works across other coding assistants too. Step back, because this is bigger than one popular repository. It marks a shift in how we get value out of these models. For a couple of years, the game was prompting, hunting for the magic words. Skills changed the verb. You are not prompting the assistant anymore. You are equipping it. And that answers an uncomfortable question. If anyone can rent the same frontier model, where is your edge? Increasingly, it's your library of skills, the know-how, written down, that makes your agent do your work, your way. Now let me be honest about the catch, because there is one. All that process is not free. Forcing brainstorm, plan, test, and review onto a 30-second throwaway script is overkill, and you will feel the drag. Skills earn their keep on real, repeated production work, the kind where skipping the discipline is exactly what costs you. For a quick one-off, just ask the model directly. But here is the mindset to take away. Every time you catch yourself typing the same long instructions a second and a third time, that is a skill waiting to be written. So here's my question for you. What's the one task you explain over and over? Write it down once, as a skill, and let the agent carry it from now on. If this made the idea click, subscribe. I break down one idea like this every week.